Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. Everyone knows Elon Musk. He is a very famous person in the world today. He is known for building electric cars with his company, Tesla. He also has a company called SpaceX that builds rockets and sends things into space. He is a person with many big ideas for the future. He is very rich and has a lot of influence. Everyone also knows Donald Trump. He was the president of the United States for 4 years. He is also a very famous person around the world. Before being president, he was famous in business and on television. He also has many big ideas for the United States. He is a powerful person in politics. For some time, Elon Musk and Donald Trump had a good relationship. They were not just two famous people. They seemed to work together sometimes. Elon Musk was part of a group that advised the president. He helped the government think about how to make things better and maybe spend less money. It looked like they had similar goals on some things. They seemed to respect each other. But then, something unexpected happened. The government was working on a very important plan. This plan was about new rules and how the government would spend a lot of money. It was called a government bill. It was a very big plan that would affect many people in the country. President Trump liked this plan very much. He wanted the people in Congress to vote for it and make it a law. However, Elon Musk did not like this big plan. He thought it was a bad idea for the country. This was surprising to many people. Why did he disagree with President Trump on such an important thing? They had worked together before. Their disagreement was not quiet. It became very public. Elon Musk used social media like Twitter to tell everyone that he thought the government's plan was bad. He used strong words. President Trump also said things in public. So people everywhere saw that these two famous and powerful men were fighting about this big plan. This story is about this surprising fight. It is about two powerful people and their ideas for the country. It is about a big plan that could change many things. It is about how people who were allies can become opponents because of different ideas about what is best. It makes you think about power and how decisions are made in a country. It makes you think about how even personal relationships between powerful people can matter for big plans. The big government plan was important. It was about spending money on different things and changing rules. Elon Musk thought it would hurt the country in the future. President Trump thought it would help the country. This public fight showed that even people who seem to agree on many things can have very different ideas about big issues. It showed that important plans can cause big arguments, even between powerful friends. This story will explain more about the big plan, why Elon Musk thought it was bad, and what happened because of this public disagreement between him and Donald Trump. It is a look at power, policy, and public fighting between important people. 2. Trump's big bill idea. After the first chapter, we know that Donald Trump and Elon Musk had a big disagreement about a new law. This new law was Trump's idea. Trump wanted to make a very important new law. He called this law the One Big Beautiful Bill. It was not just one small thing. It was a plan with many different parts put together. Trump believed this big bill would be very good for the country. One of the main things in this bill was about taxes. Trump wanted to make big changes to taxes. The bill included lower taxes for people and also for companies. Trump thought that lower taxes would help the economy and make the country stronger. This was a very important part of his plan. But the one big beautiful bill had other parts too. It included money for different things the government does. For example, the bill planned to spend more money on the country's defense. This means money for the military and protecting the country. It also planned to spend more money on border security. This means money to help protect the country's borders. Trump worked very hard to get this bill approved. He wanted Congress to make it a law quickly. Congress is the group of people who make laws in the United States. Trump talked to people in Congress and asked them to support his big bill. He was very clear that he wanted this bill to pass. When the one big beautiful bill first arrived in Congress, it started a lot of talk. The bill went to the Senate, which is one part of Congress. In the Senate, lawmakers started to look at the bill and discuss it. This was the beginning of the process to see if the bill would become a law. People in the Senate began to share their thoughts and ideas about Trump's big plan. This was the first step for the bill in the lawmaking process. 3. Musk and Trump worked together. Before things changed, Elon Musk and Donald Trump were friends. They were close allies. This was after Mr. Trump became president. Mr. Musk joined Mr. Trump's team. He had a special job in the government. His main work was to help cut government spending. He wanted the government to spend less money. This was a big goal for him. Mr. Trump also wanted to cut some spending. So Mr. Musk and Mr. Trump worked together. They had similar ideas about some things. Mr. Musk used his knowledge from his businesses. He looked at different parts of the government. He tried to find ways to save money. He led the effort to make the government smaller and more effective. Their relationship was strong during this time. They talked and planned together. They seemed to agree on many things about the economy and how the government should work. Mr. Musk was happy to help Mr. Trump's plan to change things. He believed they were working towards a better future for the country. Their goals seemed to be the same: reduce costs and make things more efficient. Mr. Musk spent several months in this role. He was a part of the administration, working hard on his task. He was active in meetings and discussions about government finances. He gave advice on how to lower costs. This period showed a clear connection and cooperation between the two men. They were on the same side, working towards a shared objective. This was the start of their working alliance. They built this connection based on their shared ideas about saving money and making the government run better. It was a time when they were not disagreeing, but working as a team with a common purpose. 4. Musk starts to worry. Elon Musk and Donald Trump had worked together well. They shared some ideas about making things better for the country. Musk had even helped the government look for ways to spend less money. Their relationship was friendly and strong. But then things started to change. President Trump was working hard to pass his big plan, the one big beautiful bill. Musk looked at this bill closely. He thought about what it would do. As he studied the details, Musk began to feel worried. He saw that the bill would make the government spend a lot more money. It would not cut spending. Instead, it would spend much more, especially on certain things. This spending would make the country's debt much, much bigger. The debt is the money the government owes. Musk thought that a very big debt was a serious problem. He worried about the future of the country. He thought that having too much debt could hurt the economy and cause big problems later. He was worried about the long-term effects. He believed this bill was not good for the country in the future. It seemed to go against his own ideas about reducing government spending and being careful with money. Because of these worries about the bill and the growing debt, Musk started to disagree with President Trump. This was a big change. Before, they agreed on many things, especially about money and government costs. Now, they did not see things the same way about this important bill. This disagreement about the one big beautiful bill was the first sign of trouble. It showed that the close relationship between Musk and Trump was starting to become difficult. Musk's strong feelings about the bill's cost and the debt meant that he could no longer fully support Trump's plan. His worries were growing, and they were pushing him away from his earlier friend and partner. 5. Strong words are said. Elon Musk felt the bill was a big problem. He thought about it a lot. His worries grew stronger. He decided he must speak about it publicly. He used social media to share his thoughts with many people. He wrote some very strong words. He said the government bill was utterly insane and destructive. These were very hard words to use. They showed how unhappy he was with the plan for the country's money. Musk explained why he felt this way. He wrote that the bill would hurt American jobs. He said it would destroy millions of jobs in America. This was a very serious claim. He believed the bill would cause great damage to the country's future. He also wrote that the bill gave money to old businesses that were not important for the future. He said this would hurt new and important businesses that could help the country grow in the future. He wrote that the bill gave handouts to industries of the past while severely damaging industries of the future. These words were not quiet or private. They were for everyone to read. When Musk wrote these things on social media, it made the disagreement with Trump much bigger. It was no longer a private worry. It was a public fight. Musk's strong words showed that he was very angry about the bill. He was not afraid to say what he thought. This public criticism was a new step in the relationship between the two men. It showed that their ideas about the country's money were now very different. The public saw their disagreement grow. People started to talk more about the bill and what Musk had said. The conversation about the bill became louder because of these strong words. 6. People talk about the bill. In the big building where laws are made, people were talking a lot about the bill. This building is called Congress, and one part of it is the Senate. The people in the Senate, who are called lawmakers, had many different ideas about President Trump's bill. Some lawmakers thought the bill was good. They said it would help the country in important ways. They talked about how the bill would give more money for defense, which means helping the country's army and protection. They also said it would help make the border of the country safer. These people believed the bill was a good plan for the future, but other lawmakers were not happy with the bill. They had worries about it. They said the bill would cut money from programs that help people. For example, they worried about programs like Medicaid, which helps people pay for doctors and hospitals if they do not have much money. They also worried about programs that help people buy food if they cannot afford it, sometimes called food stamps. The people who did not like the bill said these cuts would hurt many Americans who need help. They thought the bill was not fair because it took money from important programs. The debate about the bill went on for a long time. The lawmakers talked and talked, explaining why they liked or did not like the bill. At one point, there was a vote in the Senate to see if the bill could move forward. 51 lawmakers voted yes, saying they wanted the bill to continue. 49 lawmakers voted no. So the bill moved one step closer, but the talking and the disagreements did not stop. The final decision was still coming, and people on both sides kept sharing their different ideas about the bill and what it would do for the country. 7. Trying to make peace. After a time of many strong words, the public disagreement between Elon Musk and Donald Trump stopped. There was a pause in their open fight. People watched and waited to see what would happen next. Then Elon Musk used social media again. He wrote a new message for everyone to read. In this message, he talked about the things he had said before. He wrote that he was sorry for some of his earlier statements. He did not say sorry for everything, but he said sorry for some of the words he used. This moment was important. It was like taking a step back from a heated discussion. Saying sorry for some words helped to make the situation calmer. It was an attempt to stop the public fight from getting bigger. It was a step towards making peace, or at least stopping the war of words for a while. This action changed the feeling around the disagreement. Before, the words were very strong and critical. Now, there was a different tone. Some people were surprised by Musk's message. They did not expect him to say sorry for anything he had said about the bill. This attempt to make peace happened while the discussion about the big government bill was still going on. Even though one person said sorry for some words, the main problem was still there. The bill was still being discussed by lawmakers. The different ideas about the bill did not go away just because the public fight between two people became quieter. The immediate time after Musk's message was different. It was less loud. The strong words from before were not being said. It was a moment of quiet after a lot of noise. It showed that sometimes, even after a big disagreement, people might try to find a way to make things better, or at least less bad. This effort to make peace changed how the public saw the disagreement for a time. It created a moment to think about what had happened and what might happen next. 8. What happens next? The big bill moved forward in the Senate. This means it was one step closer to a final vote. However, lawmakers still needed to talk about it a lot more. They had many different ideas about the bill. Some people in the Senate thought the bill was good. They said it would help the country by spending money on defense and making borders safer. They believed these things were very important for the country's future. But other people in the Senate did not like the bill. They worried about its effects. They said the bill could cut important help for people. For example, they were afraid it would mean less money for health care for poor people and less money for food programs. These lawmakers believed the bill would hurt many families and communities. So the talking and arguing about the bill continued. What about the relationship between Elon Musk and Trump? After their public disagreement, there was a moment when things seemed calmer. Musk said he was sorry for some of his strong words. This step helped stop the public fight for a time. But big problems, like disagreements about important government bills, can make relationships difficult. even for people who were friends or worked closely together before. This story shows us something important. Even people with a lot of power and influence can have big disagreements. They might agree on some things but disagree strongly on others, especially when it comes to how the government spends money and makes laws. Public debates like this are a part of a free country. So, what happens next? The bill still needs a final vote in the Senate. We do not know if it will pass or not. The talks about government money and plans will continue. The relationship between Musk and Trump might change again in the future. Disagreements like this one remind everyone that making big decisions for a country is complex, and different people will always have different ideas about the best path forward. The conversation about the country's future is never truly finished.